Good morning, students. Once again, I welcome you to my video lectures on signals and systems. And in the last class, I was working out problems on energy and power. Now, time doesn't permit me to work out a variety of problems. What I am planning is, at the end of the chapter, I will give exercise problems, for which I will give solution also, solution with answers. So now, you just first, on following these examples, you understand the concept first, then work out more problems. Anyhow, I am working out problems from standard textbooks. At the end of the chapter, I will give you exercise problems. Now, the next topic is very important one. What is known as operations performed on signals. Operations performed on signals. I have not yet taken up system. Still I am continuing with signals. What is their signal? You know the definition. So I started with periodic and aperiodic, is it not? So same, I am still continuing with signals. Once I finish signals, then I can take up systems and its properties. Now operations performed on signals is of two types. Under two headings you have to study. Operations performed on signals, on one side, it is operation performed on dependent variable. I will explain what is dependent variable. Operations performed on dependent variable. Next, on this side, operations performed on independent variable. Performed on independent variables. I will explain. Operations performed on dependent variable, operations performed on independent variable. First, you take the signal. We know that signal, if it is continuous time, it is x of t. If the signal is continuous, it is x of t. Otherwise, it is x of n. Discrete signal. It may be xt or it may be xn. Now, operations performed on dependent variable means operation performed on whole of x. Operation performed on x, on whole of x, it is what is called as dependent variable. Operation performed on the whole of the signal, that is xt. On the whole of xt we are going to operate, or on x of n, that is called as operations performed on dependent variable. Whereas here, as you know that in the parenthesis, t is independent variable. In this case, n is independent variable. Operations performed on independent variables means operation performed on t, operation performed on n. There are three types of operations that is being performed. I will take up in details later. For the time being, you understand what is dependent variable, what is independent variable. Now, among here operations performed on dependent variable, there are three types. I will take one important one, that is from the point of subject point. Now, operations performed on dependent variable. First comes the question, what is the idea behind doing these operations? What is the idea? To bring remarkable transformation. To bring remarkable transformation. To bring remarkable transformation. To bring a remarkable transformation, we perform operations. Now I will give one example. Take the example of amplifier. Now this amplifier is going to perform an operation on dependent variable. What is the function of an amplifier? An amplifier function is to raise the level of low level signal to a higher level. If the input signal is of the order of microvolts, you can raise its level to the level of volts. That is raising the level. So that is one such operation. For example, you have xt here. you want to change it 10 times, let us assume, then it is a remarkable transformation. That is operation performed. After xt signal is given to amplifier, next it becomes 10 times xt, where 10 is a factor that is getting multiplied with xt. That means xt becomes 10 times bigger than xt. 10 xt is 10 times bigger than xt. This is a remarkable transformation. So that is what operations performed on dependent variable. Now I will take this case. I will take this case, that is raising the level, changing the level. That is one aspect. In some electronic circuits, not only the signal is amplified, but at the same time a DC value is added or a DC value is removed. So that is also a remarkable transformation. For example, after amplifying to a level of 10 times xt, something may be added. For example, 5 volt may be added. That is called as DC level. So 5 volts may be added to this. Okay? Or if some DC level is present, you can also deduct it. That means 10 xt minus 5. It can also be 10 xt minus 5. So that is what operations performed on a dependent variable. And this type of multiplication by a factor, it is also called as scaling. Scaling. You have already come across scaling in the case of amplifiers, op-amps. In the case of op-amps, in the case of feedback configuration, it is given by V0 equal to minus RF by R1 into V. This is nothing but scaling. V0 equal to minus RF by R1 V in. RF is a resistor value, R1 is a resistor value, V input is input. So it is for inverting mode configuration, inverting amplifier. So this factor, that is what the operations performed on the dependent variable. Now first I will take up this one, and next case I will take up adding or subtracting a DC constant. Now I will take this example. Just you understand the concept. I will sketch one waveform. I will sketch one waveform. 0, 1, 2. This is t, this is xt, this is minus 1. This is minus 1. Now I will ask you to sketch. Now I will ask you to sketch 3x of t plus 1. 3x of t plus 1. You understand the problem? First I have sketched xt. You have to sketch 3 times xt, then add 1, then sketch the graph. This is the question. Now I will solve this problem. First you sketch 3x of t. Then at the end we shall add 1. Let us not bother about this now. Now concentrate on sketching 3 times xt. Now here I have not shown the values. Now it is 1, 1. This is also 1. No, 1. First let us sketch 3 times xt. One point, keep it in mind. It is 3 times xt, not x of 3t. X of 3t means it gives different meaning. It is not required now. Now I am sketching 3 times xt. Now you take these values or you take these corner values. These are all called corner values. So to sketch the graph, what is essential is you take these corner values and multiply it by 3. So 1 is multiplied with 3 means it becomes 3. This one also becomes 3. Now if you sketch the graph, 3 of xt becomes like this, looks like this. 3 of xt will look like this. Zero, 1, 2, minus 1. Then this is 3 times xt. This is 3, this is 3. That's all. 3 times xt means the resulting waveform looks bigger. I am not sketching proportionately on the board, but it is 3 times. You imagine that this is 3 times bigger than this. This is 3xt. Now you add DC level. Now to 3 of xt. Now no longer I require this graph now. Now what I will do, I will run this portion. Now I will sketch 3xt plus 1. Now I will sketch 3xt plus 1. First I am adding a DC level of 1. That means to each and every value you have to add a DC level of 1 nodes. So what was the value here before minus 1? It is 0. So for 0 also you must add here also 0. After 2 also it is 0. Now you add 1. 0 plus 1. That means it becomes 1. So before minus 1, now previously it was 0 here. Now I am adding 1. Now it becomes 1. It becomes 1. Next. After reaching 1, now here it is 3. It is 3. Now you are adding 1. That means 3 plus 1. It becomes 4. It becomes 4. So 4 is somewhere here. It jumps to a level of 4. 4. So previously it was at 1. Now it jumps to a level of 4. 4. Next, it falls, is it not? Now 0. It has to fall to 0, but 3 plus 1, 4. Now it falls to 1 because for 0 value 1 is added. Next is it should go like this. So this was 3 plus 1 up to 4. It has to rise up to 4. It has to rise like this. This is at 1. Next, 3 plus 1, 4. It continues. Next, at t equal to 2, it falls to 0 here, but in this case it falls to 1. It falls to 1 and then it continues. This is what is called as 3x of t plus 1. So first 0 plus 1. 1. Now this is what is called as 3xt plus 1. So this is a remarkable transformation. So amplification, then addition of a DC term, and it has resulted like this. So this is how you have to sketch the graph. Now I will take the example of sketching 3xt minus 1. 3xt minus 1. Now I will sketch 3xt minus 1. Now 3xt minus 1. I am sketching 3xt minus 1. So here as usual 0 here. So 3xt is available for me. So I need not have to sketch again 3xt. So here 0. From this you have to subtract 1. That means 0 minus 1. That is minus 1. Therefore before minus 1, the value will be at minus 1. Next is, it is jumping to a level of 3. Subtract 1 from 3, that means 2. So up to 2 it rises. Then it continues here, and here it was going from 0 to 3. Now from 2, now it has gone up to 2. Next, it falls from minus 2 to minus 1, because the value here is 0. 0 minus 1 means minus 1. Next, from here it is going towards this direction. So for these values I have to subtract 1. So what I will do is, starting point I know, end point 3 minus 1, that is 2. 2 is here, 2 level. So here it is 1 and here it is 2. Now from here to here it takes like this. Okay. Next it goes like this. Next, after reaching 3 minus 1 means 2. It continues. Next, it falls to 0 here. But in this case, from 3 it is falling to 0. But in our case, after 2 it is 0. 0 minus 1 means it is minus 1. Therefore, the waveform should fall to minus 1 and should continue like this. This is what is called as sketching of amplitude transformation. This is amplitude transformation as well as addition of DC level. One point I will remind you, at the basic electronics you have studied clampers. In clampers we used to add DC level, or we used to subtract DC level. So it is an example of clamper circuit. So this is how we sketch what is called, this is one of the operations performed on signals. Now I will conclude this class by giving one discrete signal example. Discrete signal example is rather easy for you. No confusion. Now I will give this example. Given x of n, like this, minus 1, 1, 0, 2. Sketch or find 3 times x of n. Find 3 times x of n. Find 3 times x of n. And here 3 times x of n means take each and every value, multiply by 3. Then it becomes minus 3. On multiplying minus 1 with 3, minus 3. Multiplying 1 is 3. Next 0 with 3, 0. 0 with 3, 0. Then 2, 3. That is 6. This is what is called as 3x. So this is what is called as amplitude transformation. This function, this remarkable transformation is called as amplitude transformation. Now in the next class, I will take up operations performed on independent variable, that is TRN. There we come across mirror imaging, shifting, then scaling, very interesting topics. And in the next class I will take up operations performed on independent variable TRN. Thank you.